Hey, this is MassX with a brand new solo leveling video. Yeah, you heard me right. I got sucked into the early release. It's just for, I believe, Taiwan and Canada. But I had to jump in and see. And as you probably saw, if you saw my prior video, re-rolling in this game is absolutely easy. But I wanted to talk about the game itself, and is it worth the time or effort right now to really jump in and play this game with the early release? And why do I bring this up? Well, I don't see a lot of people talking about it is a little buggy at times. It sometimes, has a little stutter here or there. Don't get me wrong. Graphically, it looks amazing. The gameplay itself, I think they've really done a good job. I like that you are the main character. I like that that's the main story. If you're a fan of the IP, you're absolutely going to love that part of it. I like how you are just consistently building him up, which is great. I love that they have all these different aspects to it. They have auto, manual, semi-auto, full auto, all different choices, and there's parts of this game that you can't play auto, but there's grindy parts where, let's be honest, it's not necessary and it gives you a good quality of life. So yeah, they did a great job. I didn't have a lot of faith in Netmarble, honestly, but I gotta tip my hat for the way the game looks, for the gameplay itself, for the immersive nature of the story. I love the combination of the cutscenes and video. I love the way that it has the ability to use the paneling. I think it's a good mixture and it's done very well. Already into the video and the game froze on me. That's what I was trying to talk about earlier. You don't have to use a VPN when playing this once you have it installed. So it's not the VPN, but I don't know what type of back end they have put in for purposes of this early release. So I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt to Netmarble, and that global, a lot of these issues won't be there, but they are frustrating at times. But if you want to experience the game itself, there's a lot going on in it. As you can see, story, Hunter Archive, you've got encore missions, gates, which you're farming. It's taken a lot from the Mogwai anime and really implemented it nicely. I really think this game is going to be solid in the end, and I'm actually looking forward to global. I'm probably just going to dilly-dally throughout it for some time, not take it too seriously, but when global launches, go in knowing at least I'll have a good basis for how the game works and what I want to go after at that point, because at this point it'll just be a free-to-play account. So that's how I'm looking at it, and then I can have my plan of attack when global strikes. But yeah, it is really a solid game, and I got to say, it is worth messing around with. But if you don't live in either of those regions, or you want to wait for global, not necessarily a bad thing, because we're probably looking at early May, so a little over a month at best. And hopefully by then, they can work any little things out. The biggest probably complaint outside of these bugs that I've seen so far is the summoning system, and it's not horrible, but it's not great. And the reason why is you have weapons and characters, and I can tell you from doing some re-rolling, I personally wanted more characters. I want to have that versatility. I want to be able to play. I want to be able to try out different people. Weapons is the bummer, because you always have a chance when it says, SSR, that it could be a weapon or a character. Now your pity's at 80, so it's not horrible, but yeah, if you've ever played games that have that character weapon mishmash, then you know how it feels like. Now, the only good saving graces is you do have a rate up list for the selection draw, so you can pick up to 4, and so they will have a higher rate, so that's good. When you draw Basically, they do fake outs. They also, if you get error messages all over your screen, that's when you get an SSR. So yeah, and so far they've given a fair amount of currency and tickets. So on that aspect of it, I can't complain. I just wish it was separate banners, honestly. Maybe down the line it will be, who knows. But yeah, that's the only thing I don't like. The rate info, you know, you can see when you have your wish list, they're at 0.150%. So you have a pretty fairly good chance to draw them because everybody else will be at a 0.06. You know, not the best rates in the world by no means, but I wasn't expecting something earth-shattering from Netmarble, quite honestly. You're going to have a challenge area early on, which is going to help you follow what you should be doing in the game. There's side stories, there's original characters, so it does have a lot to offer people. The fact, though, that I do really like that they were able to incorporate the main story being Jinwoo, as well as all these different hunters on different modes of the game, really does make it very, how should I say, engrossing. You are wanting to follow along and enjoy it. Now, like we talked about, there's weapons, there's also artifacts, everything has dupes, so yes, sad to say, but with the neat thing about the weapons, and I'll give them the kudos on this, is certain weapons, of course, change how that character attacks, which is actually kind of cool. And when you're messing around with different stuff with your character, in particular Jinwoo, it actually is quite fun. Now, not a lot of artifacts have dropped yet, but as you can see, artifacts so far for me have been mainly, you know, equipment like shoes, gloves, helmets, body armor, etc. Now, I did notice with certain ones, and it looks like starting at rare, when you increase them, not only do you have the set effects, but you also get added bonuses with that equipment. So as you can see, healing given increases, MP consumption reduction, HP percent. So there's going to be a lot of ways to craft different things in this game, so it should have a lot to really delve into. And the characters do look good. This is one of the original characters. It was my first SSR pull so far. And yeah, but these SR characters so far have been doing some heavy lifting. I gotta say, some of them have been just really solid and they look good. I mean, they just look good. I can't complain about the graphic design on these characters, and characters in it that, you know, if you've read the manga or even started watching the anime, that you wouldn't expect to being halfway decent actually turn out to be okay. You have a nice lobby area. You have people that you can speak with. So yeah, it's not open world, okay? It's not, okay? But you do have a nice little area. It looks good. It's clean graphically. It makes sense. You can go around to your different areas. You can go to get to your different areas of the game that you want to go in, be it if you want to go to the gates and start, you know, building up your experience in there, and they rank up and you can rescan them. My current difficulty is at 4. I can rescan and see if I can make that rise up. Yeah, I don't think I can on this account. I actually have, oh, I can. So I can rescan and boom, here comes my gates. And you can see there's A rank, C rank. I even have a B rank come up and an A rank special gate. Haven't seen that before yet. Just need to get the key for that. So that's something to look forward to. But yeah, they really kept things very close to how the IP is. And I think fans will appreciate it. And I think the fact that they've already discussed they're going to have raids and boss events from their initial presentation, I just think they have this mapped out so well. I don't see how this game could fail unless they absolutely muck things up. But yeah, I think this is a solid game. I think it's incredibly fun to play. I think the gameplay itself, when you're not manual and want to have fun, is actually really enjoyable. I mean, it has everything you want, from dashes to your skills to your ultimates, and it responds very well, which I appreciate, and I know most people do, because sometimes when you don't have a game controller and you're playing on your phone or a tablet, it's nice. It can be very frustrating when those aspects aren't there in your gameplay, and I think this is really, they've got a winner on their hands. So for me, it's definitely not a delete. It's going to be very casual until the full global launch comes. At that point, I'll probably have a great idea of how I want my account to be, because I'll be able to experiment during this 6-week early release. And then if I'm still loving the game, I can go hard and really know and have a game plan of where I want to go with this particular game, because honestly, I do enjoy it. I think it's a winner. It's what One Punch Man World should have been, besides the failures of the developers and the failures of how they structured the daily gameplay and content. We don't need to dog on them anymore. What they made is proof alone. Hey, if you enjoy it, enjoy the game. I left. I honestly was bored to death, and I didn't like some of their representations, and the fact of this game gives us a roadmap before it even comes out for the entire rest of the year. Devs can learn from that. Companies that give roadmaps do so not just to get some hype, but players really do like that. It gives them an ability to plan out how they're going to proceed, and it helps all types of players, from free to play, light spenders, and even whales. So yeah, double, triple, quadruple thumbs up for me. I think this game is solid. The mixture of the main character and the other hunters is great. Can't say many more good things about it, except for it's worth your time to play this game. With that, as always, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Have a great day.